Hello, everybody, and welcome to the session on sending broadcast. This is the second module in module 3. Previous module we talked about, or previous session I should say, we talked about just the different templates that are available, how to create some simple templates within ConvertKit. Now we're actually going to look at sending them, and it's a very, very simple process. So this will be a quick video. So we're just going to look at how to address it to the recipients. Remember, you can address to tags because there are no lists. You can also address to segments. So we'll look at that. And you're basically using a filtering system in order to tell it who to send the message to. Adding the content, looking at it, giving a preview of it, and you can preview it on your screen, or you can send yourself an email preview. Sending or scheduling it, so sending it immediately or scheduling it off in the future, and then how to go back and edit a broadcast. So let's take a look. So first of all, when you're going in to schedule a broadcast, you're looking at matching and filtering the information. So it might be a little different than what you're used to because remember, ConvertKit doesn't work off list. So let's have a look. Okay, so I'm going to click on broadcast. And you can see I have a couple already here. I have one for queued up, and then I have one that's just in a draft mode. But I'm going to click new broadcast. Okay, and as I said, it's very, very simple. Now remember, one of the things you do when you were in the templates section was you defined the default template, but you can always choose whatever template you want to send it to. So first off, who will the broadcast come from? And so by default, it's me, but you could certainly go in and change this information. As such, and then who will receive it, right? So right now it's all subscribers. That's the default. Now you have the ability to match any, all, or none. So you have different ways to test who this is going to send to. The easiest thing to do is I can say all, and right now it's all subscribers. I could simply click the X to get rid of that. And you could do multiple filters. You can get very complex with this or very simple. So I'll click on add a filter. And then it's either all subscribers, cold subscribers. And remember what a cold subscriber is. There's somebody who is not who's not reached out to you, if you will, in 90 days. They've had no contact with you in 90 days. Okay, within a segment. So if you have a segment already created, you could do that. Or you could do a date, and you could select the date. So you've got different options. So I'm going to choose subscribe to, and subscribe to, remember, is not a list. It's going to be a form, a sequence, or a tag. So those are the main things that you're going to be using when you send out your broadcast: forms, sequences, or tags. And those are the things that we've really been talking about because that's really the structure of ConvertKit. So I'm just going to tags because I have tags. And then I can click on the drop down and then I could choose any tag that I wanted. So I could say my freebie. I can add a filter. I can do an and statement or an or statement. So and would be, it has to meet both things. So I could actually add a filter here that says they actually joined the freebie within whatever dates. So I mean, you can get very complex here. I'm just going to keep it simple, but I invite you to test it. But once you have more information in here, it'll be easier. So right now you can see I have 6 subscribers. I could add another filter group if I wanted. See, I could do an and, I can delete those. So for simplicity, I'm just going to show you a very simple way, but realize that how you send out broadcasts can be done several different ways. It can be forms, sequences, or tags. It can also be specific if statements that say if they did this, then do that, okay? You can also duplicate your broadcast anytime really easily here. So then I'll just hit next step. Right, and here it is. Very, very simple. Okay, so when it comes to your email subject, your subject line is key to getting people to open your messages. And this is true for your own business or for clients. So it's really important that they understand that the better your email subject line, the better it is for them to open it up. So it's called an open rate. And if you're standing in line at the grocery store, you're always looking at the different magazines that line the aisles. And I don't know about you, excuse me, is always pick up the ones that have the interesting title. So it's the same thing here. So I've given you a couple of tools that you can use, and these are in the documents as well. But there's this one called CoSchedule, and then there's another one called Subject Line. And basically what you want to do is you want to type in a subject line. I'm just making up one. And then I would hit Analyze. Okay, and it will analyze results. And it will give you some, so I have a 64. What does that mean? So it tells me down here, it's a B plus, right? And then down here, it tells me a little bit more. Okay, so this gives you some information. And it's basically one of those things you have to play with to get the right mix. Okay, and then there's subject line. I don't know, and then evaluate. So they're all going to be different. And they're just going to give you feedback. And like I said, the better your subject line, the better the open rate. Okay. I got a 90 out of 100, which isn't bad for somebody who's just guessing. Okay. And that's what those, so I've given you those too. So that's always important. Okay. So what was this one? What did I say? I don't even remember. Okay. 5 secrets. No, 5 tips for gaining your freedom in 10 days. Okay. So I type it in. And here's your email content. Now you can copy and paste in here, and I'm just going to use this lovely little Lipsum tool because I don't want to type. So I'm just going to copy and paste in here from here just so we have some data. Voila. Okay, just you can see you have a button bar, right? So you can do your basic things, bold, italicize, underline. You can bullet. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. So I can select and hit the buttons and so on and so forth. You get the idea. You can add images anywhere. So you add an image, choose your file. I'm just going to grab one. Okay, there it is. Okay, you can obviously drag and drop to change the size. You can click on edit, you can give it a title, you can make it a link. So if it clicks on it, and then your position, so you get the wraparound. There we go. Okay, so if I wanted that to go to a specific place, I can put my, link triggers. Okay, now we're going to talk about triggers more later, but there you go. I can just put that in there. So if they click on that, that becomes a All right, and then you can insert a file. Okay, one thing, I can go in and insert a file. See if I can find something that looks interesting. I'll just put this one in there. Okay, oh, there, inserted at the front. You can see. You can also link that way too. You could double click and link on something. Okay, insert link, another thing that you can do. Okay, so you're probably pretty familiar with this. A horizontal rule just gives you a line. Okay, that'll give you your HTML, that'll increase your font size. And then if you want to personalize it, so for instance, if I wanted to come up here and do hi, and I wanted it to put their first name in there, there we go. Right, then I could have my signature, if I can spell, voila. Okay, so there you have it. Now, I can still go in here and change the template that I'm using, right? This is where, remember, it's the default is the one that you choose under account, but you could come in here and change it to any one that you want. And then I could send it to a browser, so I could do this and see what it looks like. There it is. I could also send it to my email, which I recommend that you do. When you click on email, you can type in the email that it goes to. And then what you want to do is make sure everything looks the same, all the text is right, there's nothing funky going on. And there you have it. Okay, and then like I said, you can always duplicate this at any time. I can save it. Now you can go to next steps by clicking on preview here, or you can scroll down and hit next step. Okay, and that's what it looks like. Okay, and right now it's in draft. It's going to go to 6 people, and if I hit send broadcast, it'll go out immediately. Simple, simple. But if I want to schedule it off in the future, I would simply hit schedule, and then I could choose the date and the time. Okay, and then I would simply hit schedule and approve it. Voila, there it is. And the nice thing is that you can easily go back and edit any of these by just clicking on unschedule. So you don't have to delete it, and then hit edit broadcast. And then you could go in here and make any changes. You could add filters. You could go in and update your content. So if I decided, you know what, I really don't want these bullets, I'm going to get rid of them. I'm going to save it. right? And it's already kept the original thing I scheduled it for, so all I have to do is hit schedule again. So I don't have to reschedule it. Okay, so very, very simple for you to go in and make those changes. Huh? Pretty cool. All right, jumping back to PowerPoint with recipients. Remember, it's really based around forms, sequences, and tags. Those are the three ways that you send out your emails to subscribers. There are other ways, but if you're looking for a substitute because you don't have lists, those are the three that you're going to want to look at. Okay, we looked at content and preview. So, choosing your email template, I gave you the links to those two analyzers for subject lines, the body, how to preview, and then how to do some simple formatting, right? Again, it's not all about the bells and whistles, it's more about the content. And you can send it immediately or you can schedule it for the future. Very simple. And you can also duplicate those easily. Okay, and then to change it, you can easily go in and change the content, the schedule, who it's going to, all of those things are very easily changed. Okay, so your homework is create a simple broadcast message using any template that you want. And if you don't want to type, you can use Lipsum, and I'll put that in there for you. It's just a basic text generator, but there are others, but I like that one. Try some different subject lines in one of the analyzers that I provided just to give you an idea how those work. Try editing a broadcast, excuse me, and then schedule the broadcast to go out 1 week from today. So you can send it to whoever you want to send it to. You can experiment, but I'd like you to schedule it off in the future. And if you don't want to send it, that's fine. You can certainly send it, or you can cancel it at any time. So as always, if you need help, feel free to click the help button in the upper right-hand corner. Email us at members@thetechiementor.com, start a conversation in our private Facebook group, or take a moment and comment below this video and we'll get back to you. Thanks for your time. See you in the next session. Bye.